Ericsson believe that by 2020 there will be 50 billion mobile connections around the world. They recently released a report that mobile data has doubled in the last year across the world globally.
50% of phones sold by 2015 will be smartphones sold globally. Now what's happening in the mobile phone market, in the smartphone market, is the average cost of ownership of a mobile phone is rapidly reducing. We believe there'll be devices on the market which will be commercially available on sale, smartphones for less than $100. We had a concept phone last year through one of our sister companies, Ericsson, which could be produced for $100, but it was up to an operator or another manufacturer brand to take on that smartphone and produce it under their brand and sell it. So the price of smartphones is dropping dramatically. The capacity of the networks in terms of speeds is increasing dramatically. A lot of 3G coverage is rolling out across Africa, and here in South Africa we already have a commercial pilot of a 4G LTE network which we built with one of the operators here. So between the speed of the network increasing and the cost of ownership of a device to go reducing, there will be tremendous uptake of smartphones across Africa.
Mwambu Wanendeya added that by 2016, the data market globally will be worth $300 billion.
That's a large amount. The expansion in data will be phenomenal. We see the growth of mobile broadband as being critical to that, and we're at the forefront of that. We've rolled out mobile data networks, 4G networks across the US, across all the big networks. A lot of the big networks globally have been done by Ericsson. So we're the leader in this, the LTE networks across the world. We see that coming to Africa. We see that more people want data, and their uses for data are very different. In Africa, people's primary connection with the internet is through their smartphone. It's not through a desktop or a laptop, it's through their smartphone. It's a very unusual market. It's not like that in many other parts of the world. So as the price of smartphones come down, we'll see their data usage going up. Now, from the operator perspective, when people use data-enabled handsets, they use a lot more consumption, and they use this. It's good for the operator, it's also good for the consumer. It's good for the consumer because they can find out, for example, real-time the price of produce that they want to sell. So, for example, a fisherman in East Africa, when they're still on the lake, they can look up the prices of fish and they go to the place where they'll get the highest return for what they have caught. And that's important because it enables them to increase their income. 30% of fish caught there is dumped because of prices, so they'll catch less and increase their income. You look at other people in Africa, we're an agriculture society. A lot of our GDP as a continent is agricultural based. By enabling people to know real time what's happening on the weather front and weather patterns are changing, they'll be able to produce a lot more. Farmers may, for example, look at the weather forecast and see it's going to rain heavily for the next 3 days, so it's better for them to pull their crop now, harvest it and take it to market before the roads become impassable and the crop is wasted.
From Ericsson's reports, it showed that for every 1,000 broadband connections, 80 new net jobs are created. This figure indicates the impact broadband has on society. It opens up new possibilities for people and business.